Hi, Pelin. I'm doing your check-in today because Rach at her nan's funeral, unfortunately. So, but it's all good. 86.7. No problem. We're not even looking at weight at the moment because you only just started. Photos, yes, please. Rach asked me to mention. We really need those photos in. I'm not sure if you've done it yet, like last night or this morning. Forgive me if you have, because I haven't asked her. But yeah, please, it's very important those photos are taken at the beginning. If you start taking them a few weeks in, then obviously when we start looking at the differences between them, we're going to be like, okay, well, obviously that's a bit delayed. The photos are very, very important. Okay. If you look through this, yeah, I've been looking through your food. So you're actually, like, for someone that's just started, I'm pretty impressed, to be honest. You've really taken on looking to get more protein. Bear in mind, it's a gradual thing. No one gets to the top of a building from the bottom in one step. It's impossible. It's too high, right? You could walk up the stairs, and let's say there's 40 flights of stairs. Each flight, you take one step at a time. You get to the next floor, and then the next floor, and then once you're like 5 floors up, you always look at the next floor. Once you're let's say 10 floors up, then you might start looking in blocks of 5 or 10 floors rather than looking at individual floors. But even still, at the beginning, you got to take small steps, right? And you've really done that. Your protein's looking pretty decent for someone that's just started. Obviously, you want to keep improving, want to increase your calorie level on some of the days. But like, for example, Friday, 129 grams of protein, 1,534 calories, not bad at all. I'm looking at the makeup of your food. It's actually pretty decent as well, to be honest. So really, honestly, you're on the right path, and you've only just started. So just keep doing what you're doing. This week we'll monitor it a bit more closely so we can get a full week under our belt, before we start kind of looking at changes. Because you've done so well so far, there's not really much I can look to change in it or give advice over, because you've done really well. So let's give it another week, and then either Rach should do your check-in or I'll do your check-in, and then we'll really kind of look through MyFitnessPal and start giving advice. I'm not sure if you got the invite to the Facebook group yet. If you have, again, forgive me if you're already in it. I haven't checked today yet. I've been in check-ins all morning. Yeah, the Facebook group is a really good resource if you're especially food-wise. Literally anytime, if you want to spam the group with posts, be my guest, just ask questions, and other clients will also help you out. There'll be plenty of people that have gone through what you've going through, or been currently going through what you're going through, including myself and Rach, and we'll comment on it with help. So if you need any ideas for extra protein in meals, or just get your calories levels up, or healthy snacks, or whatever it happens to be, or just like you need a bit of extra motivation to do your workouts that day, literally just post it and people will help you out. That's what it's there for. So if used correctly, it's a really good resource. Okay. If you haven't had the invite yet, you'll definitely get it. It normally comes 4 or 5 days after you first start. We just don't want to overwhelm everyone with too much information at once. So once you kind of watch your tutorial videos, you kind of looked at your training plans and started logging your food and stuff, 4 or 5 days later, you should be starting to get used to that kind of thing. You get the invite to the Facebook group. Okay. But training wise, I'm just going to run you through so you can see what I can see. Okay, so obviously, I'm not sure when you entirely started. These have been set from Monday, but I think you started, you came on board on Monday. So really Tuesday, that's fine. You just did the abs, and then you did your HIIT, your legs, and your cardio. That's cool. So this week coming up, what we're looking for is a full set. Okay, if you can. Consistency is always going to be the thing that gets you to where you want to be, not working as hard as you can on one workout and then you skip a couple of days. Okay. So if you have to work out at 70-80% of your capabilities on some of the days because you're a bit tired, but you're consistent throughout the week, that's much better for you. Consistency, that's a word you're going to hear from us a lot. That will always be what gets you to where you want to be. Okay. But honestly, for like the first week, you are doing pretty damn well. I'm impressed. And it's not often I get to say that, so I'm glad. training. We just went through your training a bit. You went for a walk Sunday and tracked it in the training plan. If you do end up doing one of your training sessions on a different day, still log it. You can go into the past tab and then still log that you've done it so that we can see you have done that workout that week, because that's important as well. And then if you write on the notes of the actual workout, when you're in it, just write, I did this on, like, let's say it's Wednesday's workout, just say I did this on Thursday instead. No, not an issue. Honestly, it's fine, because a day here or there is not going to make a big difference. But if you don't do it and you start consistently doing that, like every few weeks you're skipping a session because you haven't found time and you don't want to do another day, that does make a difference. Okay, so remember, consistency. Mini goal for this week: increasing protein and finding protein alternatives, prioritizing protein every meal. Yeah, cool. So that's kind of what you want to look for in your head. As a general rule, I've seen you're pretty much almost there, but if you divide your calorie level for each meal by 10, the gram wise in protein, you want to be thereabouts. So let's say it's 500 calories in that particular meal. If you divide it by 10, that's 50. So really anything between 35 and 50 grams of protein is pretty decent for a 500 calorie meal. Okay, anything above is fantastic, obviously. So that's something to have in mind. But honestly, for the first couple of weeks, you don't need to focus on it that much. You're doing pretty damn well, to be honest. Small steps. Don't get too overwhelmed with it, otherwise it becomes really difficult to stick to and unsustainable. If you have any questions at all, feel free to shoot me an email, info@totalfit.coach. Normally me or Rach, whoever looks at it first, will pick it up. But obviously she's not around today, so I'll be picking it up, but I'm pretty good at responding. I'll respond almost straight away with most things. So drop me an email. If you haven't had the Facebook group email yet, give me a shout and I'll let you know when that's coming. I can work it out. But it should be anytime now. Definitely join it. It's a really good resource, especially for things like this, where you're saying increasing protein, finding protein alternative snacks and sweet treats. You post something like that in the Facebook group, over the course of the day, people are going to respond with ideas for you. And sometimes those ideas are much better than the ideas I have. Okay, so definitely use it if you can. Apart from that, have a good day. Keep it up. You're doing really well. First week, like, very impressed.